Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I want to describe automotive engineering company which is a Proton Tanjung Malim. Proton Tanjung Malim is the largest manufacturing and assembly plant within the group. The plant complex which sites on 150,000 acres of the land in the state of Perak. Facilities the processes of the machining, stamping, body assembly, painting and the final assembly. The plant has a capacity of the 150,000 units per year and can operate on a two-shift basis. However, due to the global crisis economic since 2008 and 8, the plant has been running on one shift only. Okay, for the job description in the plant of the Proton Tanjung Malim is divided by the four jobs, which is stamping, assembly, painting, and the final treatment. For the stamping job, the stamping operator responsible for the setup and operating of the die metal stamping press machine to produce to produce material to product and a customer specification. The technician must be comfortable with the press equipment. And for the body assembly, we call a body inward operator. Body inward operator. Standard precision procedure for the body inward equipment types of the machines. The position is tasked with the total maintenance, PM optimization, and rationalization based on the scope, frequency, cycles, and duration include the moving statistic PM dynamics. PM dynamics and the computerization maintenance management system which is will compromised by the operator. And for the paint technician, the work of the paint technician begins in the preparation of the item to be painted. This may involve dismantling and washing the item, protecting any parts to do required painting and prepare all the surface. The painting technician then prepare all the necessary materials, mix the paint, get the tools ready, and finally carry out the painting. Applying the required number of coat. Okay, and then for the final process for the operator, we call it a trim and final assembler operator. In the assembly line, worker began by reading technical schematic to be familiar with the construction process. They measure the parts and use tools to shape and trim them down to appreciate the size. They then connect the parts together, typically by welding or using bolt or screw. They may use the variety of hand power tools such as they may use a variety of the hand of power tools such as hacksaw, drill presses, and forklift. Tools and tasks vary by the industry and specialty. Car assembler use rivet tools and guides jigs and welding equipment to align and join the body parts of the interior parts.
Number metric A160747. I will talk about Proton schedule. Okay, first, as you can see, during the launch of the 2019 Proton saga lifted, Proton CEO Lee Chun-rong reiterated automakers' plan to introduce a new model year every year. And graphic from the slide deck from his speech provided class or clues for what it is in the pipeline. Okay, based on the suggested profile, it is not surprised to see the shape of the next model slated for introduction, which is an SUV. This will of course be the X50, which will be based on the Geely Venue. The next car after it will be a sedan out in 2021, and the new sedan in 2021 will be followed by another sedan that will be out in 2022. And guess it will be a Proton Perdana replacement model or Proton Saga replacement model. Okay, and lastly, the final model is still in mystery quartet is another SUV that will be out in 2023. Okay, now I will talk about policy statement of Proton Tanjung Malim. Okay, in the policy, they state that there will be amendments on the National Automotive Policy (NAP), because according to Malaysia's World Trade Organization, the current import licensing or approved permit AP mechanism, excise duties and other non-tax measures in the automotive sector will be terminated in near future. That's stated by Rosley 2017. Okay, in addition, 10% sales and service tax SST returned and made effective from 1st September 2018. Before any new cars can be released to the market, the car market need to get the certification from NCAP, New Car Assessment Program, and Serum Scientific and Industrial Research Institute of Malaysia. The process will be usually take minimum 1 year to obtain this certificate.
Conveyor belt where it goes into assembly station. In each assembly station, there will be a line on the floor close to the conveyor as an indication for the operator assembly progress. This line is start position line, orange line, and stop position line. When the operator spot an abnormalities in the assembly joint, a decision should be made whether he is capable to solve the problem quickly. If the problem cannot be solved by the operator and the assembly part is approaching the orange line, the end-on line should be pulled to start a buzzer and call for help. This is called end-on system. If there is an end-on call, supervisor and team leader should quickly head to the station to recognize the problem. If the problem cannot be solved within short period of time or require a maintenance time longer than 5 minutes, the end-on line is released, then a rejection is made. The rejection is then recorded in the assembly instruction sheet, or is known as ICE. The information is jotted down as what is the problem and who is in charge, and etc. If necessary, a tagging should be done to inform nearby station about the problem.
I would like to talk about the quality management by Proton Tanjung Malim to make sure their quality of products. Proton manage is quality by make sure the worker follow the work ethics and rules. One of the work ethics is the worker must follow the attire regulation set by Proton. So, for example, the worker must not wear any accessories or such as watches, ring when doing installation, because these accessories can scratch the body of the car when doing installation. Besides that, the worker also need to follow the work ethics that was set by Proton, such as the worker must follow the SOP when installing the parts on the car. Moreover, to ensure the quality of the product, the tools used for the installation of the product are make sure to always follow the specification. So one of the way to make sure the specification of the tools are followed, Proton make calibration twice a year to their tools to make sure the quality of the tightening of the tools at the installation parts can be assured. Besides that, Proton also do torque sampling, so the engineers can analyze the performance of the tools that were used for installation.
Hi. After listening to Proton's current operations such as job descriptions, facility layouts, and organization charts, and also Proton's operations management practices, procedures, and policies, let's move on to the recommendations to improve more of the business's operations, functions, or practices. Businesses are always at the lookout to improve their operations and practices to increase efficiency and gain more profits. There are lots of possible aspects that can be dealt with to improve operations and practices. Employees are at the heart of every company. They work to achieve the goals of the company and should be treated with the utmost respect. In terms of improving efficiency of work by employees, management should always consider periodic training of staff, especially operators and engineers. They are at the heart of manufacturing. Train operators and engineers multiple skill sets so they can undertake various kinds of tasks. Apart from training employees, they should also be rewarded when excellent performance is shown. Recognition should always be given to those who work for it. Employees should always be cared for and appreciated for being the backbone of the company. Engagements with the top management should always be done periodically. When it comes to manufacturing, bottlenecks should be periodically identified and resolved efficiently. Congested production can cause delays and decrease units output, which in turn can be more costly per unit and cause losses for the company. Automated systems should be considered to increase efficiency and decrease possible mistakes that humans normally make. Among the aspects that automated systems could assist is order planning, cost analysis, project scheduling, work order generation, inventory management, and many more. In addition to that, provisions for continuous maintenance should be one of the top priorities to avoid downtime and to maintain the quality of products manufactured, as well as ensuring employee safety with safe and reliable tools and equipment used in manufacturing. Manufacturing plants should always be in condition that is safe for employees to work at. Mark areas that are high risk, make barriers to areas that will require extra personal protective equipment, PPE, label items, make emergency tools such as fire extinguishers easy to be accessed when required. When stop buttons to halt operations in case of emergency well labeled and quick to be accessed. Companies should always consider change. Invest in more efficient tools and equipment to help cater with more demanding tasks and increase productivity. With the emergence of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, companies must also evolve to keep change with the demand of the future. So, to conclude our presentation, Proton is at the verge of improving many aspects of its operation since its partnership with Geely, where tools, equipment, and also technology are shared with Proton. Since that, it is seen that Proton has improved in terms of consumer confidence and capability of producing good quality vehicles and after-sales service. Thank you.